Yes, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the program tonight. Yesterday we spoke about how to use the tongue correctly. It means our speech, how to speak, when to speak, and so on and so on. So today I want to take another dimension. The topic tonight is silence is a language. Silence is a language. You know, more often than not, conversations or relationships were damaged simply because we spoke. Had we kept quiet, things would still be going good. So now we need to learn the art of silence. We need to learn the art of silence, and it takes practice. It takes practice. It takes a lot of energy. Takes lots of time. Lots of compromise. So now let's read what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. He says, "Do not give which is holy to the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they tremble on them under their feet and turn again and tear you to pieces." So Jesus says, do not give which is holy to the dogs. You know, isn't it strange that Jesus compares certain people as having the same animal behavior as dogs and pigs? So Jesus was saying, hey, sometimes keep quiet. There are three things that you need to learn about speaking. Number one, you must know when to speak. Know when to speak. That's why silence is important. Number two, you must know what to speak. Not everybody deserves to know everything. Sometimes as Christians, we go and tell people about our lives, about everything. If we get a promotion, we tell them even before it is announced. When we are in love, we want to tell people that, hey, I'm in love with so and so. And unfortunately, some people use the social media to speak. Point number three, you need to know who to talk to. No, you don't just talk to anyone. There are some people, they don't deserve to know. They don't deserve to know anything about your life, where you're going, what you're eating, where you work, what kind of job you do, what qualifications you have. They don't deserve to know. If you can be able to control these three, and you know very well, let me repeat them. You must know when to speak. Number two, you must know what to speak. Number three, you must know who to talk to. Now, let me give you something very, very powerful concerning who to talk to. Let's go to Luke chapter 8 verse 2 quickly. Luke chapter 8 verse 2. Luke chapter 8 verse 2. Now, it says, and a certain woman who have been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary Magdalene, out of whom Jesus cast out 7 devils. You know, some of you might ask a question, but then how is this relevant? Now, Mary Magdalene, Jesus cast out 7 demons out of her. So, Jesus couldn't relate to Mary Magdalene because she was demon possessed. And she had 7 demons. And 7 demons, each demon has got its own characteristics. Each demon has got its own ears, its own mouth, its own. So it looks like Mary Magdalene spoke so many things. She was probably more than bipolar, because she was this behavior first, then the next day she was this one, the other day she was this one, and Jesus had to cast out these 7 devils. So now can you just imagine, you don't know who to speak to, you speak to people like Mary Magdalene who have got demons. So it means you'll be explaining yourself to demons, you'll be giving demons your strategies, you'll be giving demons how to attack you, because you'll be empowering them by making them know. So actually, Mary Magdalene, she was 8 people in one. The 7 demons plus Mary Magdalene. All of them dwelling in one person. Now, can you just imagine dealing with such people? Are you not surprised why when certain people know about your plans, they get mad? Yeah, the demon in them is listening. The demon in them does not like it. The demon in them wants to destroy you. The demon in them does not want you to succeed. That is why you need to know who to talk to. You don't just tell anyone. Let me tell you, the minute you go and tell your plans to everyone, how you are in trouble. You are in trouble. But then some Christians would want to say, but then, no, it's a testimony. No. You don't tell everything to everyone. It is important that you understand this. Let me repeat this. When to speak, you must know. What to speak, you must know. Who to speak to, you must know. These 3 are fundamental in you understanding silence. So silence is a language. Silence is a language. Now, all these 3 people, when, what, and who, if you keep silent, did you know that you'll keep them guessing? They can't plan against you because they don't know what you are up to. Now, please do not use social media to advertise your ways, to advertise what you do, to advertise your blessing, to advertise your new car, to advertise your new house, to advertise your engagement. Yeah, some people don't like it when you get engaged. Don't like it. That is why you do not know the person that is listening, how many demons they have. Mary Magdalene had 7. That is why when Jesus cast out the 7 devils, so now she remained Mary Magdalene. All 7 devils were gone. So that is why Mary Magdalene could relate to Jesus. Because Jesus knew that I'm speaking to Mary Magdalene now. I'm not speaking to Mary Magdalene 1 or Mary Magdalene 2, Mary Magdalene 3 or Mary Magdalene 7. So it is important for you to know. So now when the Bible gives instructions like do not, you know the Bible is so clear about certain things. It says thou shalt not. You know that the 10 commandments, they are so clear. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, do not. Do you know that man's inquisitiveness, when somebody says to you do not, that's when people want to do it. Yeah, that's when people say they want to do it. Now if you go and to church and tell people please do not have sexual intercourse before marriage, that is when people do it. It looks like they don't understand do not. Now Jesus says here in Matthew chapter 7 verse 6, do not cast your pearls to the swine. Do not give what is holy to the pigs, to the dogs, I mean. Meaning that not everyone deserves to know. Some people behave like dogs. Do you know what a dog is like? The dog has got no secret. The dog, you tell it now, is going to go out there and bark. The dog's going to go around and spread the news everywhere. Or you cast pearls to the pig. The pig is used to death. Now, the problem with pigs, they want to drag you into the mud where they are. And remember, the pigs like the mud. The pigs like the mud. The pigs thrive in the mud. They pull you into the mud and they beat you with experience. And because you are not used to the mud, they like playing dirty. People who like playing dirty, do not tell them. Do not cast pearls to them. You need to know there are people that like playing dirty in life. Do not ever engage them. Do not engage them by telling them. So now, like I said, when people say do not, the devil sends questions into our minds. The question number one that the devil will want us to ask: do I agree with this do not now? So now, if God says do not, it is no point to ask yourself whether you agree or not. Because the devil will give you reasons why you should. But God is so clear, he says, do not. The second question that we normally ask ourselves, and these questions are from the devil. These questions are from the devil. It's like, do I gain anything? So if somebody says do not, you ask yourself, if I do, what do I gain? So now the devil is putting a banana, is dangling bananas for you, is dangling a carrot for you, and say, no, do it, do it, do it. Now remember in the Garden of Eden, the devil went to Eve and said, did God indeed say you should not eat? Has God said? Has God said? And the devil says, no, but then if you eat this, you're going to be wise. So now when God says do not, the devil asks you, hey, you're going to gain something. You are going to gain something. So now we end up doing it, disobeying the command, do not. The third question that the devil will want us to ask is like, is my ego at play here? If I don't do it, what's my reputation going to be like? What will people think of me? Yeah, the thing of do not, it's very, very important for you to obey. As long as it's God that says do not, please do not. Irrespective of the things that the devil tell you that you're going to gain. Another question that the devil would want us to ask is, are there any people watching? I need to get some points from people. I need to get some points from people. Let me give a horrible example. Let me give you a horrible example. Sometimes they tell you, do not dress like this at church. But the devil will come and tell you, but if you dress like this, your people appreciate you. People, people like the way that you dress and everything else. So now you are dressing for the people. You are not dressing because of an instruction from God. You are dressing to please people. So let me tell you, silence is a language. Silence is a language. Like I said, God is likening people to pigs and dogs. Please refrain from saying so much. I know many people love to share about themselves. Let me tell you, do you know something? People sometimes You need to remain a mystery before people. You need to remain a mystery before people. Yeah. People must ask themselves questions. What is it going to do next? What is she going to do next? What's going to happen next? Don't tell too much. Because if you do, read what Jesus says here. He says, if you do, the pigs and the dogs will trample upon the pearls under their feet and turn again and attack you, tear you to pieces. How many of you have been attacked by what you told people? Haven't you seen, if you tell people your life, the next time you hear your life being spread all over the place. I mean, suppose you had a misfortune in your relationship. Then when you tell someone, oh, they go and spread it. Sure, so and so. Meaning, I would never do this. Yeah, you know, this is what she did. What, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Was it really necessary for them to go and tell the whole world? Because you told them in confidence. That is why Jesus says, do not give what is holy to the dogs. Do not cast your pearls before the swine. Listen to me. Not everybody needs to know about your life. You know, it's not like you are going to Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, at Alcoholics Anonymous, the first thing that you do, you must introduce yourself. Hi, I am Chris Mukoki. I suffer from... No, you do not have to tell people your story. You do not have to. Because there will be people that are going to use the story against you. So, if you do it, those are the consequences. And if you tell your enemy about your story, you are empowering them. They will have something to attack you with. They will have something to attack you with. You know, next time you want to say something, boom, they attack you with what you've told them. Do not empower your enemy by saying anything to them. Do not empower. That is why the three questions, the first three questions, remember, you must know when to speak. Number two, you must know what to speak. Number three, you must know who to talk to. Those are the three key elements that should decide whether you speak or you don't speak. Silence is a language. Silence is a powerful language. You know, Jesus Christ, when he was being crucified and beaten up and everything else, you know, they asked him questions. Are you the king of the Jews? You know what? Jesus kept quiet. Jesus kept quiet because there was no need for him to explain anything. He had been here on earth for 3.5 years and they knew. They saw he was prophesied in the Bible. They read Isaiah, they read Ezekiel, they read all those scriptures of old. Jesus was prophesied. And yet they go and ask him stupid questions. Hey, are you the Son of God? Hey, are you God? Are you the King of Judah? Are you the Lion of... You know, they ask him funny questions. And Jesus never bothered to answer. Jesus never bothered to answer. He gave them what is called silent treatment. Coming to relationships, are you aware that some of our relationships went bad because we spoke? Yeah, some of our relationships went bad because we spoke, or we spoke back. We back chatted. Had we kept quiet? So now remember, when you speak too much, you empower the enemy. Did you know that some people don't know what to bewitch you for? But then if you speak, now they know what to bewitch you for. That is why you need to be in a position where you don't tell everyone anything about you, about your family, about your children, about your work. You need to remain a mystery. You must be a mystery. Silence is wisdom. Proverbs 17 verse 28. Let's read that quickly. Proverbs 17 verse 28. That is, if I can find it quickly. Proverbs 17 verse 28. It says, even a fool, when he holds his peace, is counted wise. Can you just imagine? It says, even a fool, when he keeps quiet, is counted as wise. And he that shuts his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So silence is wisdom. Do you want wisdom? Keep silent. Sometimes, we can expose our ignorance by speaking. Yeah, we can expose our ignorance by speaking. And my brother used to say, Chris, it's better for you to keep quiet and let people think that you are a fool rather than talk and show them how foolish you are. Yeah, because what we speak sometimes reveals our state of mind, our state of knowledge. So you better keep quiet. And especially if you don't know these things. Yeah, I remember one lady, we were at a funeral. Then one lady requested serviettes from the one of the waiters. And the waiter didn't know what a serviette is. Didn't know what a serviette is. Then she came back with nothing in her hand. She said, no, they're finished. They've eaten them all. Oh, yes. Sometimes you need to learn to keep quiet. Because when you speak, you expose yourself. So silence is wisdom. You do not speak, especially to toxic people. If you say some things to other people, they will laugh you. They will laugh at you forever. Let's read Ecclesiastes 3 verse 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 7. Let's hear what it says. There is a time to destroy and a time to sow. Time to keep silence and the time to speak. Time to keep silence and time to speak. No, the preacher knew. So silence is a language. I want you to know you do not have to answer everything. You do not have to respond to everything. You do not have to react to everything. Silence is a language. Since it is wisdom, did you know the people that you become silent to, it will bother them. They will want to find out exactly what is going on. They will want to find out. They want to push. You will make them feel restless, and that's wisdom. So silence is wisdom. Silence is preservation of energy. Yeah, when you keep silent, you preserve your energy. Haven't you realized there are some people, when you argue with them, after arguing with them, you are very tired. You are very, very tired. It's like you've been wrestling or something. A fool will leave you tired. And silence would have spared you your energy. So that if you speak a lot, that is emotional expenditure. It's emotional expenditure. You spend so much on your emotions. You spend so much. Why? Because you speak too much. And you waste energy by speaking. So now preserve your energy. Preserve your energy, because there are some people that will drain you. Haven't you ever been asked a question and then you go like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Did you know that demons usually ask questions? Why? Because they don't know. They are not omnipotent or omniscient. They don't know everything. The people that have got demons will always ask questions. Why? Because they need to feel their inquisitiveness. They need to feel that hunger. So silence is preservation of energy. Silence is a strategy. Silence is a strategy. Let me tell you now, when you keep silent, did you know that your brain works better when you are silent? As long as you're busy talking, some of your mind is not thinking properly because it's busy concentrating on the speaking. But then if you keep your mouth shut, your brain engages more. So it's a strategy to win battles, because you are not revealing a lot. If you don't reveal a lot, your enemies don't know a lot. Your enemies don't know where to attack you. The enemy don't know where it hurts you. That is why when you are in trouble, did you know that it's good to give praises to God? When you give praises to God, you are focusing on God. You are being silent to the world. You are being silent to the problems. You are being silent to the attacks and everything else. While you are focusing on God, you do not even hear any ridicule from people. Why? Because you are focusing on praise and worship to God. That is why with praise, you can go everywhere. With praise, you can achieve anything. With praise, you win the mind. So people don't understand praise. Praise is a way of being silent to the world and being open to God. Because the world has got its own things. The world has got its own things. So if you want to satisfy the world, you won't get it right. You won't get it right. Silence is power. Like I said, when you speak a lot, you are empowering your enemies. But then when you keep silent, you get that power back. And when you are powerful, sure, nothing can come between you and your success. Nothing can come between you and your success when you are powerful. So silence is power. Point number next. Silence is a tool for the next season. Yeah, when you are silent, you're busy thinking, hey, next season, what do I do? Next time, what do I do? How do I plan this? How do I start this? No, silence is a tool for the next season. You cannot enter a new season while talking. It is impossible. You can only enter a new season after sitting down and thinking properly, reasoning properly, planning properly, making things go straight, learning from your previous mistakes, meditating on the previous mistakes so that you may know how to handle them in future. learning how to reason, and learning where you went wrong previously. So silence is a tool for the next season of your life. I don't know, some of you, God will show your next life is going to be exciting. Your next life is going to be exciting. The friends that you left behind, the people that you left behind, they will want to come back. I'm telling you, they will want to come back. Unfortunately, it will be late for them. It will be late for them. And do not announce. Look, because when you announce, it's like you're telling them what you are doing. Look, you don't even have to come onto social media to announce. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. So now I say to you, silence is a tool for the next season. Point number next. Silence is evidence of your trust in God. You know, when God says, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Why? Because our minds, there are so many things rushing in our minds. So many things rushing in our minds. And we don't have time to be still. So, but then if you become still and silent, is the evidence of your trust in God. It's evidence of your trust in God. You can find that in Psalm 62 verse 1 and Proverbs 11 verse 19. Maybe let's go there quickly. Psalm 62 verse 1. Let's read what it says quickly. Psalm 62 verse 1. Truly my soul waits upon God. From him comes my salvation. Silence is confirmation that you are at rest. You are at rest. You know, Jesus says in Matthew, I think 11:29, come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I shall give you rest. So now when you are at rest with Jesus, it needs to show. So silence confirms that you are at rest. Silence shows that you are at rest. Silence confirms that you are not panicking. You don't have high blood pressure because of other people's successes or other people attacking you. No, you are at rest. You believe God. Psalm 23, he makes me to lie down in green pastures. You can't lie down if you're not at rest. You can't lie down. The Lord is my shepherd. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Lie down, rest. You need to rest. I know some people want to run away from resting. They want to wake up at 12 o'clock and pray. Look, I'm not against prayer. Not in any way. I'm not against prayer. But sometimes you need to rest. Because if you've got to wake up at 12 o'clock to pray because you've been told that demons but travel at 12 o'clock, then that's the wrong kind of prayer. Because you are praying because of pressure. You are praying because of fear. Please wake up at 12 o'clock to pray when God said wake up at 12 o'clock to pray. Not because they're traveling at 12 o'clock. No. You cannot fear Baloi. You need to be at rest with God. You need to know, you need to be settled with him. Say, nah, I am unloyable. I am unloyable. You need to know, you need to be at rest with that. You don't need to compete with anyone. You do not need to display with anyone. No. So it is important that you know silence is a confirmation that you are at rest. Silence allows thinking. Silence allows thinking. You know, like I said before, I think I did mention this point. You know, when you are silent, your mind engages. Your mind engages. And when your mind engages, you think positively. You think solutions. You think the next generation. You think the future. And people who are strategic in life, planning for the future, are usually silent people. You know, it's like playing the game of chess. I don't know how many of you know how to play chess. You cannot play chess while you're busy yappy. No. No, you can't think when you're busy yappy. So now the game of chess, you sit there, you look at the pieces, you keep quiet, and what is going on in your mind, you're thinking. If I move the knight, if I move the bishop, if I move the castle, if I move the king, the queen, how do I checkmate this person with the shortest places of moves? How do I anticipate how they move? By thinking. And you can only think when you are quiet. So now, I want to encourage you now to try and find some quiet time or some quiet space where you go into this space and just be quiet. Just be quiet. You'll be so surprised at how God speaks back to you. Now, during our fasting period, I know many of us, we fast, but we still go to work. We fast, we still chatting, listening to music and everything else. Why don't you one day try to fast and be silent? Fast on the day that you are not going to work. Fast on the day where everybody is not in the house. You are alone in the house. You turn the music off. Keep silent. And hear God speak to you. So it's gonna, you'll be so shocked how much voice of God you hear during your quiet time. Point number last. Silence gives wisdom chance to be. Yeah. Silence gives wisdom chance to be. Look, there's a lot of wisdom, especially when you study the Bible. When you study the Bible, look, I suggest as a Christian, all of you should have read the whole book of Proverbs. Yeah. By the way, the book of Proverbs has got 31 chapters. Just read one chapter per day. Slowly. Maybe in 3 versions of the Bible, in the NIV, the NLT, and the King James Version. Just read it. Just read one chapter of Proverbs per day. At the end of the month, let's come and discuss. You can read it in the morning, read it during the day, read it in the evening. 3 times a day. 3 times a day. One chapter. Then the next day, go to chapter 2. Read it in the morning, read it during the day, read it in the evening. Yeah, read it for the sake of reading the Bible. Many people make a mistake. We want to read the Bible when we are looking for solutions. for our problems. We are not reading the Bible for wisdom. Some of us, we read the Bible when we're under pressure. And that is not how it's supposed to be. We need to be reading the Bible at any given time. So silence gives wisdom a chance to speak. Book of Proverbs, I suggest you go and visit that book. 31 chapters, 1 chapter per day, 3 times a day per chapter. After 31 days, you would have read the whole book of Proverbs. You'll be so shocked at the kind of wisdom that is there. You'll be so shocked. And some of the things that you find there, you wouldn't have known that they are in the Bible actually. Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me this evening. I truly appreciate it. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God open doors for you. May God's wisdom be abundant in your life as you make decisions. May you learn to keep quiet. Tomorrow at work, learn to keep quiet. I dare you, if you keep quiet tomorrow at work, you'll be raising many eyebrows. You'll be raising many eyebrows, I'm telling you. Some people will be concerned. But why? Why? Is it okay? What's wrong? You know, I'm telling you. What did you discover? Are you sick? Try and be quiet tomorrow at work. And let's chat in the evening. Then you can type your testimony. Right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. The time is 2 minutes to 7 o'clock. I truly, truly appreciate Joan, Muruti Dips, Muruti Sabata. Thank you very much for joining me. I see other people there. I can't see the names because this thing is a little bit far. But I truly appreciate. I can see the photos on the other side. Yeah. I'm truly blessed. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.